let's cut through the noise about BC's real estate market, specifically in the Fraser Valley. Home prices are down. Interest rates have just dropped again. Inventory is at the highest level that we have seen in over a decade. In fact, in the Fraser Valley right now, we're seeing a 5.5 month of housing supply, which basically means that if not a single new listing came to the market, it would take nearly half a year to sell everything that is currently listed. So that's a big deal. That's the kind of supply that gives buyers leverage. And it's going to also give them more choice than what they have seen in years. But here's the twist. Even with more homes on the market and better deals than we have seen in a long time, sales last month hit their lowest level for February in over a decade. Now, not the lowest ever, but definitely the slowest that we have seen for this time of year. And you want to keep in mind that February is usually when the spring market starts ramping up. So the question is, why is that? Why are buyers still sitting on the sidelines when logic says that this should be the moment that they're jumping in? Well, the truth is that the market isn't just about numbers. It's also about psychology. Because behind all of the listings, the price drops, and the rate cuts, something else is holding people back. And if you're thinking about buying or selling this year, you're really going to want to understand what's going on, because making the wrong move in this kind of market could cost you big time. As a local real estate agent here in the Fraser Valley, my job isn't to sugarcoat things or to sell you on hype. Instead, it's really to help you see the full picture. The good, the bad, and yes, sometimes even the ugly, because, let's face it, this is likely one of the biggest financial decisions of your life. And the last thing you want is to make a move only to end up with, buyer's remorse or seller regret. So today I'm going to walk you through what's really happening in our housing market right now, from the hidden factors keeping people stuck to the constant stream of doom and gloom headlines, and probably most importantly, the quiet opportunity that smart buyers are already starting to take advantage of. And trust me, if you are even just thinking about making a move this year, you're going to want to stick around until the very end of this video. All right, so let's start off with some of the cold, hard facts. In the Fraser Valley, home sales in February, they dropped to their lowest level for that month in over a decade. And at that same time, inventory has jumped significantly, and we're now sitting on 5.5 months of supply across all property types. And so, just to give you some context here, if not a single home were listed, it would still take 5.5 months to sell everything currently on the market at this current pace of sales. That's a clear sign that we are in a buyer's market. And yes, prices are responding. The median sales price in the Fraser Valley in the month of February has not been this low since the peak back in 2022. So, naturally, you might think that buyers would be jumping in. Am I right? But they're not. They're hesitating. They're holding off. And that brings us to the real heart of the problem. Here's what no one is really saying out loud. This market is not being driven by interest rates or home prices. It's being driven by uncertainty. Yes, interest rates, they have come down again, and there is a strong chance that we'll see another cut just next month. And yes, buyers, they finally have options and real negotiating power. But still, most people are sitting on the sidelines. And a big part of that hesitation, it isn't financial, it's emotional, aka it's fear. We've got tariff wars that are stirring up global uncertainty. People are nervous about job security. Inflation is still making the headlines. And frankly, in times like this, even when the numbers make sense, buyers tend to pull back because it just feels safer to wait. I mean, let's be honest here. Nobody wants to make the biggest financial decision of their life, buying a home, if they think that there's a chance that their income could take a hit later in the months to come. And honestly, I get it. I really do. But here's the thing. Warren Buffett, he once said that be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. So right now, we are in a fear-based market, which for smart investors is exactly where the opportunity lives. You know, markets like this, they don't come around very often. And the ones who build wealth in real estate are not the ones who wait for things to feel perfect. They're the ones who move when others are frozen. So let me ask you this. If you knew that your job was secure, would this market make you feel more cautious or more curious? Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And also, if you're on the fence, let's talk it out. Feel free to reach out. There's no pressure. We can just have a real conversation to help you figure out what your next step should be. Also, while you're here, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and that way you're not going to miss out on any of my future and upcoming videos. All right, so let's flip this script for just a second here. I want you to imagine being a buyer in 2021. You're competing with 12 offers, you're skipping inspections, and you're paying $100,000 over the asking price just to get your foot in the door. Now imagine today, there's tons of listings, prices are trending downward, rates have eased considerably, and well, sellers are actually willing to negotiate. This isn't just rare, it's strategic. Right now, you've got the time to do your due diligence, structure your offer with conditions, and make a confident move without pressure or panic. Now, that said, if you've got a stable income and a plan, this could be your golden window of opportunity. You know, we always look back at those past markets and we say, man, I wish I bought back then, right? Well, this is that market for some people. And by the way, guys, if you think that this might be you, I'll put a link in the description box below. I'm also going to put a QR code up here on the screen to my buyer's negotiation playbook, which will help you get the best possible price and terms when you're ready to make that move. And by the way, what we're really seeing right now is a confidence gap. Buyers are scared of overpaying. Sellers, they're scared of underpricing. And in the middle, well, the market is stalled. So it's not that people can't move. It's that they're not sure when to move. But the truth is that, you know, the market never gives you the perfect clarity. The best moves, they're almost always made in the fog, and they only look obvious in hindsight. And so this is where confidence and a bit of data makes all the difference. So you don't need to jump in blindly. You just need the right strategy for your specific situation. And if you're unsure what that looks like, feel free to reach out and we can have a chat. Okay, now here's something I want you to think about. If rates drop again, as they are expected to, and our economy stabilizes later in the year, you can bet that buyers will come back flooding, all right? And when that happens, prices will start climbing again, especially in places like the Fraser Valley, where ongoing population growth and, you know, a shortage of new construction continues to push demand higher and higher. So if you are a buyer right now, this spring might be your opportunity, the calm before the storm moment, if you will. Meaning you can move without the competition, you can negotiate on your price, and you can secure a better mortgage now and actually potentially refinance at an even lower rate later if cuts continue. You know, but once buyer confidence returns, that leverage, it will disappear. So again, if you have job security, I do suggest that you give this some thought, because I'm guessing that you're not going to want to be one of those people saying, I should have bought when we had so many options. But here's the thing, even with all of the opportunity out there right now, there is still one big risk that buyers are overlooking, and it could cost you tens of thousands of dollars if you miss it. So you want to make sure that you watch this next video where I break down the 5 signs a home is overpriced so that you can avoid those traps that so many people walk right into. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to have a chat. Otherwise, I will see you on that next video.